I am Fridge, and welcome to episode 64 of Life Civilization Start Over. In this episode, we'll be starting out with an announcement about the nukes, in which all nukes have been cleaned up. So, all the nukes in here have already been cleaned up. The nukes over here, cleaned up. Nukes. The nuke here, cleaned up. The nukes over here, cleaned up. Nuke down here, cleaned up. Crete, cleaned up. Which actually leads to the question about Crete. So the plan was to clean this up, except they never determined what would happen to the island afterwards. So they both have a claim over the entire island now. And, we're going to see what will be known as the War of Crete. This war is over Crete. Now, looking at the two countries, the new Cyprus Empire is a lot stronger than Greece. However, Greece does have some allies, if we look at the alliances. The main one being this country here, who is a top 10 country. If we look at the top 10, they are the 5th strongest country in the world. So, while at first the Crete War will go pretty well for the Cyprus Empire, with them completely pushing Greece out of Crete City and pushing them almost to the end of the island. In fact, they pushed them pretty far close to off the island. They're like only left over here. However, then allies will start showing up, and they'll start pushing back. So Cyprus, seeing this, is going to look for some allies. However, well, these countries here both don't really like Cyprus because, well, these two, I'm pretty sure these two are responsible for the death of the old Crete, why are you even calling it Crete Cyprus Empire? And, well, also these three here all kind of want power in the Middle East. However, none of them have it. It's the red team that has it. Also, why is there still a capital city here? That country's dead. But the red team has all the influence here, except for like a few countries, like this one here and this pink one here. But anyways, though, these two don't like it. This country doesn't like it. This country doesn't like it. And this country doesn't like it. This country does not like it. This country doesn't have much of an opinion on it, but they're not going to send help there. Yeah, so Cyprus has nobody. So the Crete War is not going to go well for them, as mostly the yellow team doing this will push them all the way over here and off of the island, and easy peace treaty. I don't mean to put a dot in the middle of the water, but easy peace treaty of the island of Crete goes to Greece. So Cyprus has lost the Crete War, and they are realizing that no one likes them. However, they might have one potential ally, and that is because there's a country that does not like the yellow team, and does not like this country here. That country is Cyprus. I'm leaving that in the video. Anyways, that country is Crimea. I almost called them Cyprus. Anyways, though, Cyprus, before that, though, is going to go ahead and invade this country here. Why? Land. And they'll quickly push up towards the capital city and take it. And, along with that, we will see this country here get involved. In fact, they're actually invited to get involved by Cyprus, who actually wants to who actually wants to better the relation with Turkey, as, well, they want more allies. So Turkey will push in and take this land here. Meanwhile, the rest of the land is going to go over to Cyprus, who will push up and push towards this major city here and take it successfully before pushing over here towards this major city here and successfully taking it, following which this country will go ahead and surrender. And in the peace treaty, Turkey will get these 5 provinces over here. Now, they used to have a lot more land. In fact, they used to go all the way out over there before a world war happened. But a world war happened, and now Turkey no longer has that. But Turkey will get these provinces here back, including this major city here, which the people here wanted to be part of Turkey. They don't get the entire thing. What's the problem? Of course, it's down here. That should fix the problem. There we go, and the rest will go over to Cyprus. So there we go. This is now what it's looking like. Cyprus is looking a lot more. It's looking a lot better. Anyways, though, there's a few dots over here that need fixed up. Boom, boom, boom. That's not the right dot. Boom, boom. And there we go. But finally, alliances need to happen. So where's the alliance layer? There it is. And what shape will this alliance be? Let's see, we have circles already, triangles already, squares, crosses, diamonds. What shapes do we not have yet? This will be the Light Triangle Alliance. So we can add the Light Triangle Alliance to the map. That will include Cyprus. Also in this alliance will be the new Crimean country, which is the Crimean country, which is under new government. And also we will see Turkey join this alliance, as after this war they have better relations with Cyprus. So we now see an alliance here. However, following the creation of this alliance, we're going to see the diamonds get a member, that being the Caucasian Union. So they will join up with this alliance. So now things not looking good for the Light Triangle Alliance, as they are surrounded by countries that don't like them. Anyways, though, while on the topic of the L country, they're going to be expanding. And where will they be expanding? Well, they're going to be expanding into this country over here. So they're going to send troops into this country here, and they'll start pushing in to this province here and quickly take this major city. They'll also push down here and take what used to be the capital city of Weimar before it died twice. Or I'm pretty sure it's only been wiped off the map once, but it lost 2 wars to the Yellow country and this country here, and now they're killing each other. So they'll push in along here, and as they push into this country, another country is going to join this war. That country being Egg, who wants some of their old land back, so they'll push in here and take these provinces up here, and they will then start to push down along here into these provinces. Meanwhile, this country is going to make a push towards the capital in this major city down here, taking both of them. And eventually, this country here will go ahead and die. So we see them die. There we go. And we can now look at a peace treaty. So here we have the peace treaty, in which Egg got some of the old land back, and the Yellow team expanded, with the Yellow team looking really big now. However, what are the relations between Egg and the Yellow team? Relations between them have been mixed throughout history, with the original Yellow Team Empire getting defeated by Egg. In fact, Egg started a coalition against them. However, afterwards, just World War One, they were on the same side. In fact, I'm pretty sure Egg actually. Oh no, it was Bellic. I don't remember what happened, but like I'm pretty sure they were on the same side for that World War. And then in World War II, they were on opposite sides. And in World War III, they were on opposite sides. So these countries don't have the best history. However, they did have something in common. That was their hatred for this country here. And also Egg. They are looking at the Yellow team and thinking that maybe if they were to join, they could get some more of their old land back. So we're actually going to see the Egg go ahead and join the Yellow team's alliance. I just zoomed in on the water. We'll see Egg join the Yellow team's alliance, as they are no longer worried about the North Union stopping them from expanding and reforming their empire, as the North Union's dead. So, they won't do any expanding now, but they will join the alliance. Anyway, so coming down here, there's another alliance that we need to talk about, that being the Square Alliance here, as something's about to happen to them, and that is they're about to get attacked by none other than Bellica, who is going to send troops into this country here, and also this country here. They have been building up their military since the end of World War III, and they are now going to go ahead and invade the Square Alliance. And they won't be doing this alone. They've invited an old ally to help them out, that being the Southeast Asian Empire. Now, even though they've left the Cross Alliance, they still hold good relations with this country here, so this country will help them out in this war, as these two countries quickly push in and take the coast of this country, and this country will also go ahead and invade this country up here, sending troops in, and quickly taking some of this land here. Let me close the alliance layer so you can actually see some of this fighting coming up, because it's going to be hard to see otherwise. So inside of this country here, Bellica will push along here, and then start pushing into this country here, pushing up and taking this major city here. They will also push in here and take this major city here, and they are having a lot of success as well. The Square Alliance is not that strong, as they've already captured the capital of this country here, and are getting close to the capital of this country here. Now, this already looks bad for these countries here, but it might be getting worse. As well, these countries are busy destroying these countries over here. In fact, this country is losing major cities now. We see another country get involved, that being the blue country up here, who will send troops down into this country here and quickly push towards the capital and this major city here. In fact, they've captured both of them. They've not gone that far down. They've taken this land here so far. And obviously this isn't happening as fast as it's happening. It's been like a few months since this war started. However, this country here is dying. In fact, all of these countries are dying as this country continues to get pushed into by both of these countries here. And this red country here is about to completely fall over to Belka, which ends up happening. And soon after, the same thing will happen to this purple country after they lose this major city. Meanwhile, in this country over here, the Southeast Asian Empire has pushed up and captured this major city, and they're getting close towards the capital now, which they'll push into and capture. They will then send forces out to capture this major city and this major city here. Meanwhile, down here in this country here, things aren't going well for it, as they are also dying to their neighbors, their neighbors, who have now taken this major city, following which this country will also collapse over towards these two. And with that, this country will now send out forces over here to capture this major city. They will also send up towards this major city, following which this country will collapse. That just leaves the brown country, who will also collapse following the capture of this major city here. And now we can look at a peace treaty. So here we have the treaty in which this country is the only country that is still even alive, and it only really exists now as a buffer between this country here and this country here, because while they're in the same alliance, these two countries do not get along that well. So they were actually asked from Korea to leave this country alive as a buffer. However, this country is not allowed to ally with any other countries, and they have to decrease their military, and this country's borders look even worse now. So that might have to get fixed up next episode, but for now, capital cities is what we need to talk about. Goodbye to all of these. Anyways, that's over with now. Head up to Korea. They are also going to be going on some wars. Those wars are against two countries. The first of which is this green country here, as they are pushing and capture this major city in this one pretty quickly. In fact, they're quickly pushing through this green country. They will even push over and capture this major city here, the capital. They'll capture the capital, and then they'll capture this major city here. And they will even send troops in from their puppet state, that being this yellow country here. Wait, I want to see something quickly. This country here, this blue one here, and then this one up here, all puppet states of Korea. Anyway, so this green country is going to die, and the Korean troops are not going to stop there, as they are going to quickly move into this country here and capture it within just 3 days. Anyways, though, we can now look at the peace treaty, in which Korea will fully annex both of these countries, and they actually have some plans to involve the puppet states, which might not be that good for them. What are those plans? Oh, it's just straight up murder them. Yes, this is going to go well, because the entire military of this puppet state is Korea's military. So, yeah, there was not even really a war here. And that's fully annexed now. And, the other puppet state is fully annexed now. Yeah, Korea is looking a lot bigger than they did before this episode started, that's for sure. And maybe these three countries should start screaming. Anyways, though, We can remove the capital cities now. So say goodbye to them. This puppet state still exists though. They haven't died yet. However, they did just lose a war of like 2 episodes ago, which is why they are a puppet state. Anyways though, we can now head to the final event of this episode, which is down here in Australia, and that is that all of these countries here want to unite Australia, but under their own rule. Now the strongest of these is this one down here. However, this one here is in an economic alliance of Korea, so they will be sent a lot of aid for this. Anyways though, this war is going to start when this grey team here decides to go ahead and invade this country over here, as they send their troops into it, quickly taking this major city and quickly pushing over towards the capital. However, while this is happening, the green country here is going to send their military into the grey country, pushing over and taking this major city. However, that's not all. They're also going to send their military into this red country here, which, as they send their military into the red country was sending their military into the orange country, as they push up and take this major city here, and are pushing up towards the capital city there. Speaking of which, these islands are the wrong color. They should be orange. There we go. Actually, let me turn the tolerance a bit to fix that. That's better. So there we go. Now, if this wasn't crazy enough, we're going to see the purple Papua New Guinea country join this war on the side of the red country here. And they're going to send troops to help out with the red country, but they're also going to send their troops to invade into this orange country, because they have been promised to be allowed to have, like, this area here in return for helping out. So they start invading into it. But that is where this episode is going to end. If you want to see what's going to happen with the Australia War, you'll have to wait till next episode. But for now, thank you for watching, and goodbye.